We talk a lot at BCV about following Jesus, following his way. And the truth is, that is incredibly challenging, but it's also wonderfully compelling because Jesus is compelling. Even people that wouldn't call themselves Christians are often quite taken with Jesus and his message. One of the reasons why we find Jesus so compelling is because of the way that he interacted with people of all walks of life, the way he spoke to or ate with or hung around with people that maybe no one else in his culture wanted anything to do with, the way he told stories and asked questions and did miracles. Stuff happened when you hung around Jesus. When you got into his presence, anything was possible. To be around Jesus was also to see a new way of living, to be challenged in that, but also to be loved and to find your true purpose and identity. This week's prayer point is evangelism, which is a word that makes many of us want to run for the hills. We think of knocking doors and trying to sell or manipulate people into joining our religion or joining our thing. But let's think for a moment about the root of that word from the Greek word Evangelion, the good news. The way of Jesus is good news, and especially at a time like the one that we are living in, people are in desperate need of some good news. The vaccine is great. It will help. It'll hopefully keep this virus at bay, but it will not heal all the other deep wounds in our society and in our hearts. So my question for us today is, have you received the good news? Is Jesus good news to you because you can't give something away that you don't have yourself? Here are some things that we can be praying about as a community this week. And the first is that we would receive this as good news for ourselves, that we would receive this in a fresh way, that we would connect deeply with the goodness of this news of Jesus. Secondly, courage, that we would become braver in telling people this good news. We need courage. Let's pray for courage and let's step into that courage. Third, expectancy, that we would become more expectant about what happens when people encounter Jesus. The Jesus that we are inviting people to follow is the same Jesus in the New Testament where anything can happen. Fourth, purpose. Jesus has a purpose for every person. He loves them. He has a purpose for their life. What if we were on mission in our everyday to help people find their purpose? Who can you pray for by name? Who can you reach out to today? And fifth, Alpha. Let's pray for our Alpha, which is starting just after Easter. Let's pray, but also take some risks. Step into that courage, invite some people. It's never been so easy to invite people to Alpha. So let's receive this good news for ourselves. Let it take hold of our hearts and minds, our imaginations. Jesus is so compelling. We want people to know him. Let's be available to meet people where they are at, just as Jesus did.